instrument and he puts it in your mouth.
Yeah.
And he starts checking out your cavity.
Yeah.
So then he puts his instrument in your cavity.
No, just in my mouth.
Just in your mouth. So he takes out his tool and he puts it in your mouth.
Oh, you're trying to make it sound perverted.
I bet at one point he probably has some assistant come in there and take pictures too.
Right.
Because they usually take pictures before they do that.
Right. So he puts his tool in your mouth, and then they probably you get relaxed, calm, numbed up, right?
Yeah. Got to be numbed up before getting it done.
There's one other participant
otherwise it hurts
in the
like hell.
conference.
Right. Then
Please
he drills
announce
you.
yourself.
Yeah.
And then he fills your cavity.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably puts some kind of goo in there, right? I mean, in the cavity, to fill it up. Some kind of goo that goes in your mouth.
Silver, I guess.
And then, but you spit it out, right? You eventually spit?
Well, when he's drilling me, I got to spit.
Well,
Right.
Jim probably doesn't spit the goo out, though.
Right.
He wants to save that. You still got that goo in there, don't you?
But
No, it's not a goo.
When it's all said and done, you do spit, right?
Yeah, when he's drilling me, I have to. Every like 30 seconds or so, you got to spit.
Right. Okay. And sometimes he has assistants?
Yeah.
Even assistants to help out every once in a while?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Take those pictures.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Jim the photographer is a Saturday night right there.
No,
he goes in, a guy drills him, and he even spits.
That's
amazing.
not my Saturday. That's
Jim
a
the
dentist
photographer's
visit.
Saturday night. This has been another day in the life of Jim the photographer.
No, that's
Ray
a
Lionel's
dentist
morning disaster.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open, nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all is, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lionel's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lionel's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. She got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lionel's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lionel's morning disaster.
Oh, yes. We are here. Good morning. It is Ray Lionel's morning disaster. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I am yawning.
No, you're going to get me doing that.
I know. I got to wake up today, right? It's unbelievable. I thought I got enough sleep.
I kept hitting the snooze.
You were snoozing today? Oh,
big time.
Don't be a snooze. You rob yourself when you snooze.
I know. I just should have not gotten up early. I should have just slept until the last minute.
Well, oh, really? So you're regretting. So you're not regretting.
I missed my sleep.
You're not regretting the snooze. You're actually regretting you didn't sleep more.
Right.
Oh, unbelievable!
That's a good way to look at it.
By the way, there's a new Facebook. Did you guys notice? There's a new. Did you get this new Facebook thing? Whatever.
No.
Yeah. This. I got this new Facebook thing. That's
Thing.
Well, I guess they're slowly.
Big monster.
Yes, Grandpa, tell us about the
thing.
thing.
They're slowly phasing in some kind of obviously a new Facebook. And I'm telling you, it is
The desktop version on the computer is awful.
yeah, the desktop version is what I'm looking at, by the way. My phone seems to be
Terrible.
fine. However, I picked the dark theme instead of the light theme.
I did too,
I like the dark theme. I sort of like it.
but it's too cluttered now.
I don't mind. As long as our show fits in it, I'm just wondering how our show fits in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? That's my big concern.
It'll fit the same way. It's just if you go to the page to post anything on it, it's just all clumped together. There's no space.
Well, it is. I will give you that.
Looks like garbage.
So you're saying the new Facebook, especially with our video on it, looks like garbage.
Well, not the look. It's just to use to like post things.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks smaller.
Like I post stuff for the company that I work for on their Facebook page, and it's terrible.
Are you your company's social media guy?
I am.
Look at you. You're so advanced.
Isn't he something, Mr. TikTok?
He is the internet's Nick Talk, which, by the way, I think the best Nick Talk video he ever did was the one where he walks in with the cup of coffee and goes, "Hi, I'm internet sensation.
I'm America's sweetheart.
I'm America's sweetheart." That's what it is. I'm America's sweetheart.
That's America's sweetheart.
Talk _78. I think that's the best one ever. I love that one. In fact, I like that persona, the same one that thinks poor people are eating their own boogers.
It's that one's slightly less condescending.
Yeah, I love how Nick is just this nice, likable guy. On our show, anyway. Nick is just this likable guy, and yet Nick Talk on our show is a condescending buffoon.
Right.
I like what we've developed. What can I say? It's just
I like having a multiple personality disorder.
Yes, that's what I enjoy.
If that's the correct term.
Holly is saying her favorite is the Uber or Lyft TikToks. See, a lot of people are joining the Nick Talks.
I like to get the F off my lawn.
I tried to join TikTok.
I love that one too. I think that one's one of my top favorite ones.
The one where I like those where he's drinking gravy. But did you? I tried to join TikTok and they sent me a thing letting me know. And I was going to ask you about this today. So I joined TikTok.
Yep.
And I tried to send up a TikTok video. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they sent me so I was going to ask you about it. They sent me something saying my video was muted or something.
Oh.
And I don't even know.
Which video?
I don't know what that. I don't know.
That means you either said something that was against their terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Did you put any kind of music behind it?
No.
Oh, you must have said something.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said. What I did.
Was it about your gambling?
No.
Placing bets? No.
What was it about?
I don't know. Literally, I only have.
What your TikTok was about?
There's one where I was trying to figure it out and I couldn't figure it out because it was too dark. There's the other one where I basically called the Republican National Convention a shit show.
Well, there you go.
And then
no,
that could have been it.
No, there's.
And then there was the one where I see Rocky, by the way. I see Rocky. And he's not getting in. I can't see him getting into the audio thing again. Rocky, are you not on free conference call? And now I'm wondering if he's not doing it on purpose to get out of doing the show or something. That's
he would never do that.
Yes, he would. You know.
Yeah, it's your bet one. I'm looking at your videos right now because you.
Oh, well, I deleted that one.
Oh, did you delete that one?
Yeah, I deleted that one. Okay.
Oh, because you only have 3 showing on here.
Yeah, those are the only
your page.
those are the only ones. Now, I sent the newest one to you, and I'm like, maybe Nick will tell me what's wrong with it.
Oh, I
Anyway,
never got it.
so we are here. I see Rocky. He looks good. You look good, Rocky.
Thanks.
I thought I heard him that time.
I thought
Okay,
I heard
cool.
something too.
How can I hear him? Oh,
I
'cause
heard like a.
he had because he put the video up on the
To be able to hear the Zoom, I don't have the free conference call, but what's happening now, Strange, is it's not coming through my headphones. It's coming out of the laptop, and I can't get
Not
it to
coming out
stop
of his
coming. So you can
headphones.
probably hear an echo.
Out of the computer speakers.
well, I don't yet because I don't have any volume on those. The computer speaker volume is really, really low.
Wow. All kinds of problems.
Well, I sent you there was a new code on the free conference. I sent it to you.
Oh, there's a new code. I saw the thing where it's like you have to
Same
download
code.
something, but
Oh,
what
same
happens is
3,
I get a
4,
pop-up window. It
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
3 options on it. None of the options are clickable. When you put
Or
the
just have 'em
cursor over the
all through the scroll.
options, it turns into the copy paste mode. So obviously clicking them does nothing. That's what I'm getting.
you
You can
said
still be on camera.
he's on cam.
Well, it's camera zoom, so that's totally different.
Yeah. But you're saying that you're clicking on. I just want to for people watching. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it working? Can you hear Rocky all right? Now nobody
Woo!
listening, or he's not gonna be on the podcast because
I just want to know if you can hear like an echo or something because I'm not hearing
Yeah,
you
so-
through my headphones. It won't
So
come
there's
through the
just an
headphones.
echo.
either.
Totally silence.
Yeah. So the people listening to the show can't hear anything. You could watch it. You're getting a minor thing of him. I just want to figure out what's wrong, why he can't get through. So you're saying, Rocky, you're saying
I would say
that you are
Those are some good responses. I'm getting a pop-up window that gives me 3 options. None of
Okay.
the options are clickable. When you mouse over the options, they become the cursor becomes copy paste mode like text.
okay.
So obviously clicking on any of them does nothing. And it's
wonder-
options like download this or use the, options like you would think, oh, I want to use the browser to do this, or I want to
Mhm.
download the app, but none of it is clickable.
That's very weird.
Everybody in the chat room saying that they can hear
Well,
him.
I know, Nikki, you can hear him
That's
over
weird.
Facebook. That's what I'm saying. You can hear him over Facebook. But if you're listening to the
Well,
app,
don't yell at me.
well, I'm just you're telling me something I already know. So I'm
Oh my god.
all right. So it says I can invite. All right. So it says invite someone. So I'm gonna try to invite Rocky.
Yeah, just do the whole re-invite. Maybe that's it. Maybe it won't work with the old number or something. But I still don't know why I'm not getting you through headphones. I'm getting you through the laptop speakers with the
Yeah, that's
headphones
very
in.
weird.
The whole thing is very weird. Like plugging in, unplugging the earbuds does no difference. And
So-
if that happens, that will cause a reverb. That'll cause an echo.
Are you getting the 701-802-5404?
No, I'm on the laptop, so I can only do one window at a time. But
But
feel free to discuss something else while I try this.
Well,
How about the
I'm just
price of beans
trying to
in
get you
China
on
or
because the people that are listening on, I mean, the biggest amount of listeners we have are listening to the app or the
Yeah, they're not
desktop.
hearing me.
That's so those people, I'm worried about them because that's the majority of our listeners are still on that. They're not on Facebook.
And I still I didn't get anything from you. The latest thing I got was the Zoom thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to send you an invite right now.
Okay. I will wait here silently while you do that and continue to entertain.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to send him something. So
Perhaps Nick has a funny anecdote, or Nikki.
The only thing I have is that I gotta leave in about 15 minutes to get my kid on for his first day of school.
he's physically going to school, or he's learning school from
No,
home.
he's doing virtual. He's doing virtual.
All right. All right. So let me try to get Rocky set up. I'm going to try to send you an email and see if that will work.
Send me a.
What is your email address?
Great. Just put it on the Yahoo, the Facebook thing.
God damn it. All right,
Can't be
hold
doing
on.
like 20 things here. I'm on a laptop.
All right. So I copied a clipboard. Now I'm going to try to send it to Rocky and have him.
I'm gonna try to send it too,
Yeah.
because I was able to copy it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See if you could send it too, Nick. Because you think he's doing things. I'm doing a bunch of stuff too.
Did I ever tell you about the time on the 4th of July I dropped acid for the second time? And it was actually the One-Eyed Jack fiasco. So while all that
This
was
might
going
actually
on, I
work
was
if
on
you actually
LSD.
shout
So there's
louder.
something nobody else knew. I
You-
think Nikki knew that.
You dropped acid while we were doing the morning disaster.
No, on the 4th of July.
Oh, on the 4th of July. Oh,
The
while you
One-Eyed
were-
Jack one, where everybody blew up.
everything blew up.
I was on LSD
Well,
for
that
that.
should have been amazing for you then.
But I thought you were at the studio that day.
No.
No, he was there.
Oh, you were at the station.
No, we were all there.
Oh,
God.
I don't know. I just sent you something. I don't know.
I sent it too through Facebook Messenger.
That's what I just sent it on. So he's getting all our stuff on Facebook Messenger right now, telling him.
Or
Onto
do
the
this too.
application.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to do
Let's try this.
that. Invalid participant name.
I just want him to log on so we can hear him. And Terry says Rocky's on the app, but he's very low and muffled. The app volume is low overall. Yeah, we shouldn't hear anything on the app actually, but
Well, Terry's got superpowers.
yeah. I don't want to know what Terry's superpowers are. But we're able to
All right, he's in.
oh, he's
I see
in.
him.
Rocky's in.
Okay, this is all looking different. Oh God, there's that whore.
I blame Facebook.
I blame free conference call.
Or yeah. I blame
Changing
every,
their shit around.
I blame
Okay,
every-
so they want you to sign in
There it
now
is.
and
Got
give
it.
an email address. So that's what it's all about.
All right, well, we got
Okay.
all I know is we got you. Thank God. We have you.
All right, now that we got the quality stuff out of the way, let's get to the boring stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let's get to the boring stuff. At least he's on.
Now let's talk about COVID.
Thank God we can hear him. And your volume's really good too.
Okay,
Yeah. So how are you, Rocky?
I used Nick's link.
All right, I'm gonna mute the camera just because now I hear it. Well, you
That's
see-
what I
you-
was saying. It was like coming out of my laptop speakers, and I'm like, well, this is. There was all kinds of. I don't know what that,
Okay.
what that was all about.
So
Over
Nick
now.
Nick sent you the same thing as I sent you.
Well, his was first, so I just used his, but
Oh.
it might have been a different number. A whole different thing came up. Now you have to. What is this? Why am I hearing it? I'm still hearing an echo. I hope nobody else can hear that.
Yeah, they
No.
are.
Yeah, now people are
Yeah,
saying
they
they
are.
hear an echo.
I can't shut it off. I don't know. It's coming out of this laptop speakers, and maybe just shut the whole speaker off.
So it's coming out of your laptop
No,
as
that's
well
just
as
headphones. Son of a bitch.
let me try to unmute him on the camera. All right. And then I'll try to you guys tell me if you hear an echo or not.
Okay. Test. Check. I don't hear it anymore.
Now I hear. Now I'm hearing an echo. So it's. I don't know. I'm gonna try to turn.
I'm not
That's
hearing it.
on you, Ray, because I'm not hearing it.
Oh, so you're blaming me, huh?
Yeah, it's all your fault.
I'm gonna exit out of Zoom and come back in.
No. Are you in? No, now he's gone. Now he's gone.
It's gonna be easy for him to exit out of Zoom
Yeah.
and come back
Quick
on.
little
Yeah,
thing.
sure. He can exit out of Zoom and come back on and be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So at least we hear him now through the audio app, and he sounds fine. You do sound good today, Rocky. Is he not in the? Are you not in the audio app anymore?
Yes, I
Oh,
should be.
No, he's in still.
Oh, thank God.
There he is.
All right. Oh, Terry's talking about that fucking green box. I hear about that stupid green box.
Well, that's because I was using the Zoom audio, which is
Yeah.
far superior than something called free conference call.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'm
it
trying to
is.
get out of
But
that
I've
and go back to
explained this.
normal.
I've explained it to you before.
I'm waiting for you to let me in.
Oh, I worry about all our listeners. I worry about all our listeners. The only listeners
Oh,
affected are the
okay.
ones.
No audio. Okay, now we're back. We should be back to normal now.
Yeah.
This is where we need tech head Terry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
box
need-
isn't changing anymore, and okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I understand the green box. I understand why the green box, what it does, but it's just we're just not set up that way. No, it'd be nice one day when I set it up to where we're going off of the audio by Zoom.
Yes, Mariah. One fine day needs to be soon.
Well, it would have to do with a whole reconfiguring. I need an entire weekend to reconfigure that because I don't know how to make it work. Because that means because right now all our audio goes through an audio computer, all right, and all our video goes through a video computer. It's switched, or it's set up to where, and then it all goes into the board, and then that comes out. And that's how we mix. So I would basically have to mix things together on one device. And that would take me all weekend to figure out. It would take a professional who probably can do it in an hour. For me, it's going to take all weekend because my mind does not work that way. So I will.
The new Facebook thing, from what I understand, that is all about highlighting groups and sponsorable things and buy this thing and join this group and check out this propaganda thing and to focus less on your friends, your family, actual human interaction.
It's about segregation.
Absolutely. Let's focus more on
what they
stuff
can
we
sell.
to you, groups you can join, events you can go to, things like that. It's just becoming much more
So all the
commercial.
QAnon people can be in their own group.
Yeah.
And then
But then there's that part of it where the groups are being highlit. So you're going to get more propaganda, more people just agreeing with each other, less interaction with real people.
So
The
you're saying
dark mode is very appropriate.
So you'll be saying there's going to be more pro-Trump versus anti-Trump fighting
Absolutely.
on
They
Facebook.
found out that's what makes people click.
Well, they found out that's what makes
people
money.
click.
Yeah.
Numbers equal money. And so you don't get any clicks for your mom posting a picture of grandkid. That doesn't make anybody any money.
Oh, that makes
And
sense.
so that's what it's all about.
Well, I think that
It looks like shit.
I'm just gonna start putting pictures up with the Sprite logo then.
Here's the thing: you can
Send them
go
a bill.
back to the classic Facebook. All you have to do is go all the way to the right, click that drop down, and I think it's like the 7th one down. Return to classic Facebook. I did that immediately, so I'm back to the original look.
So you went to the original Facebook.
Yeah, it's a drop down.
Oh, switch
on the right.
switch to classic Facebook. I see it.
Switch
Yeah.
to classic, and it takes it right back. I don't know how much longer that, because they don't really want that.
Yeah,
might be available for too much.
They forced me to go to the newer look on our business page.
Yeah, they make you go to the new one, but then you can opt to go back to the old one. But you can't just stay on the old one.
I'm saying I like the dark mode. The dark mode, it's not as bright and you know.
The deep
Yeah.
state.
But notice the dark mode isn't available in the old one. They didn't.
No,
put
there is no
over the
dark
old
mode
one.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they know that dark mode looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's a way to get you to go to the new one too.
So they know that's
I just
how-
want to be able to hide the left side of the screen. I think that's what I would like to do, or make it smaller.
you can hide the left side of the screen. You mean where all the information is?
Like your information where it says, manage your friends and stuff like that. This is on the desktop version.
All right.
The
Yeah.
stuff that never changes. It's always the same stuff. So
Yeah.
you don't need to see it all the time. It lists all your
Yeah.
groups. It lists all your games. If you play games, it lists all your games. It's like click, it's easy clicking.
I just
you don't
noticed
need
this
that
morning.
all
I just noticed this morning that it has all of my that my life events still said I worked at WMAY, and it says that I
Mine
started.
still says I work at the Arch, but technically I'm still getting paid. So I don't-
So you can't. You're saying you
Sort
can't
of am.
complain because
maybe I'll change that in a week when it all ends.
they're not technically wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I got it.
Yesterday, I posted a memory of starting college in '96, and it said it was 51 years ago. What the hell?
That's some good college math right there.
No, I'm no into the misinformation on Facebook.
No, not at all.
Well, I'm trying to fix mine to where it
How many
says
people are going to turn their memories off because they just don't want to see that anymore? Is that depressing for people to see all the, you see a memory from just like 2 years ago, and it's at a concert or something, or at a football game, or at a party, or it's like, do you want to see that like randomly thrown up at you? Oh, look how much fun life used to be.
yeah,
Oh,
it
here
is.
it is
It
again.
is. Some of it's depressing, right?
Yeah.
Who wants to see some of that stuff?
I mean, because that's the pictures that they're going to throw on the memory, is the fun stuff where you're with friends, and
Well, the thing that
sometimes
annoys
you're
me,
just not ready for that.
the thing that annoys me is all the job stuff. It's like, I don't want to see the job stuff. No, those fuckers fired me. Why would I want to see that?
Oh, well, you just got to unfollow. I mean, you get fired from some place, you immediately unfollow.
Yeah,
I mean, come on now.
I'm gonna delete the workplace.
I never listen when I'm done. When I'm off of a radio station, I don't ever listen to that radio station because
I'm with you.
I want to make it to where my time there was like that's what I want to remember.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
People can call
That's
that, when
about
I work there, they can refer to that as the good years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want them to think that I just changed it to where, because
Those
it
were
was,
the exceptional years.
it was saying that I work at a WMAY. I most decidedly I do not, and I don't want to look at my Facebook telling me I work somewhere that fired me.
Yes,
You know.
immediately be reminded of a has been.
I don't want to be reminded that I am a has-been. I want people, thinking of me as
Right, I
being,
guess
an am, not a was.
that's what Nick was saying is, just make that so you can't see it, or smaller, or
Yeah. Got to do something. Anyway, we are here, and there is the new Facebook has invaded, but everything's working now. We can hear each other, and thank God. Nikki, we're glad you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed yesterday late in the show, Sean Bolin joined. Nikki was out immediately.
Oh, I was gone before he probably came on there.
She doesn't
Because he
even.
wasn't on there when I left.
She now
she's
doesn't
the
even.
one that busted him out for trying to compete on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
She doesn't even say goodbye anymore. It's just goodbye, gone.
No, it was messing up again,
Mm-hmm.
like it did earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't bother coming back.
And you're just like, screw it. Do you go to bed or what do you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Took my nap.
That's kind of what I did yesterday. I was like, I'm not. Yeah, okay, I'm not. Goodbye.
Yeah, I
Sat
noticed.
there and listened to the show. I guess I could have commented,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
And Rocky just left. He said, screw it. And just,
I'm not one for problems,
Mhm,
if you remember.
mhm. It's never been dealing with problems is never your strong suit. But your strong suit is you're funny, so that's pretty good. By the way, and Pete says, and all that only took half an hour of a show that's supposed to last 90 minutes.
Right. Well, that's why I said you can talk about something else while I'm trying to do all this.
Well,
we didn't have to focus the content on the audio problem.
I just wanted to make sure that, I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. That was my goal. By the way, everyone, they are introducing the Brokini. Have you guys
heard like a man?
Yes.
Bikini or something?
Yes. How did you figure that
You
out?
got a speedo?
Oh, bro.
If it's like
romance, it's a romance with men. And...
It's a new thing that is for sale at brokinis.com. The Brokini is, and you can tell me if this sounds sexy or not. It's a one strap, a single strap that goes over one shoulder.
No, it's not.
No.
That's the man. That's that. What's his name? Borat.
Yeah. Well, Borat had two straps, right?
Right. It's just missing one strap.
Yeah. But it does. I mean, then it sort of cups your balls in a.
Right. So it's just like one band of fabric.
Yeah. It's sort of like, it looks like what Andre the Giant used to wear in wrestling. You ever see Andre the Giant?
Where it just has the one thing.
Yeah, just the one.
His whole like body,
Well, yeah.
So midsection covered.
I'm saying
This is probably something where it's just strictly for the genitals and everything else is completely exposed.
Well, this is
the wicked man weasel.
Except for a line going up,
Yeah. And that's what the Brokini has either. What are those? Pelicans or
Pelican.
Or pineapples. The design is either pelicans or pineapples. But they're
pineapples is a sign for swingers, I think.
They're calling it the fine apple.
I wouldn't want to put like genitals with pineapples. That doesn't seem like that goes together.
Well, no, I'm just saying that the design
very prickly and painful.
The design on the Brokini is that one of them has pineapples on it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Pineapples and genitals don't go together.
And the other one just has little pelicans on it.
That's just some advertising of swingers.
Oh. You're saying that swingers, what do swingers use?
Pineapples.
I did
not know that.
I'm gonna start rocking some pineapples everywhere I go.
Every time somebody finds a pineapple something.
Is that what the Falwells
did in one of those groups?
Is that what the Falwells have all over their Facebook?
I don't know them.
Is pineapples?
Good God, who didn't
you should
see
go
that
look.
coming?
By the way, I think that's the weirdest. That Falwell story is the fact that he's such a pervert. He's just sitting there watching some other guy bang his wife.
Well, that's the thing with him. If you've been paying attention to the Falwells for a while, his stuff's kind of been known. I mean, that's why it's like nobody, knew. He would go to, he got brazen. He would go to like half gay, gay friendly or whatever, like dance clubs and be shirt off and shit and be taking selfies.
And
he just didn't give a fuck. I mean, he thought he could get away with anything. Falwell.
And then he was telling.
What did his dad used to do before there were smartphones and internet and videos and stuff? That's what I wonder. What kind of crazy stuff was that old man in? Because he was into some shit.
Well, yeah. Well, and we know he was racist. I mean, Jerry Falwell was racist. That was always his big thing.
Given. But I mean, I'm talking about kinky shit.
Like
I'm saying, he was doing this shit before everybody had a smartphone and a camera and
all I know is that his wife and they go to some exclusive beach club, and there was a pool boy who was literally like 19, and he goes to this pool boy and he tells the pool boy, "Well, take care of my wife." And then the pool boy's just trying to make a tip. So he's doing what he has to do.
Turned out to be more than the tip.
And then it was like, well, rub some suntan oil on her. And next thing you know, it becomes rub your genitals on her. We'll take your penis out of your shorts. Let her do this to you. Well, now start nailing her. And meanwhile, he's watching it.
That's what they do.
And taking
whatever you're into, but you can't do that and then turn around and talk about other people and then sinning
Right.
and then fire and brimstone and whatever the hell. And you can't make
No.
your fortune out of religion if you're going to do
well, and this
that.
is
So you got to choose.
this is while they were friends with Ted Cruz. And so Ted Cruz starts running for president in 2015, right?
Right.
And it comes time to nominate. It gets closer to the primary, and it comes time to nominate or to get behind a candidate, right? And then Michael Cohen gets involved. Michael Cohen, of course, was the attorney for Donald Trump. And so Michael Cohen gets involved, and he gets hold of one of these pictures that Falwell took of this kid banging his wife. And,
Oh my.
and then and this is the thing that Michael Cohen is revealing. Cohen contacts Falwell and says, we know you're going to endorse Ted Cruz. Well, and at this point, Ted Cruz is leading in the polls over Donald Trump of Republican voters. And then they go and contact Falwell and they say, hey, we got these pictures. And they don't know where he got the pictures, but they're pretty sure that maybe the kid was going to sell them to him. And so Cohen buys the pictures, and then then Trump blackmails Falwell into saying, you're going to endorse me and not Ted
And
Cruz.
that's a big deal because a lot of that evangelical stuff, that was a tightly networked thing.
Yes.
That's what the Christian Coalition is. It's a business, you know, it has nothing to do with religion.
Yeah.
It's a power group.
And that's when
yeah.
all the evangelicals
Because it makes
switch
no
support.
sense to be religious
No.
and support Donald. That makes absolutely no sense.
No, because Donald Trump is
I mean, come on.
he's not a religious man, and that's when they
No,
started supporting him.
and what other president has like literally gone through all the deadly sins and like checked them off?
Right.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
And I get it. You got to make it. You got to be tough and yay Trump and I'm a badass. But you got to. There's a line. You can't be.
there
like,
has to be some
"Oh,
real.
Melania is such a
Yeah.
lady and Trump is such a religious man. I mean, like him for what he is.
So
Make
yeah,
shit up.
I mean the guy had sex with. I just want to say to the evangelicals, you are supporting and making excuses for a guy who had sex with a porn star while his wife was pregnant.
And the response will be, "Oh, I guess you're perfect."
Well, I mean that's what the response has been because people. This is
There's
all
no
this is public
response.
knowledge,
How do you really respond to that?
and
So
they
it's just,
excused
"Oh, I guess you're perfect and never made a mistake."
his behavior so far. But I'm just saying,
It's
now
like-
that they're knowing the origin of it, it's got to be a little disconcerting.
Oh, they're on the train. They're not getting off.
And you have to wonder what else they've done.
If they're not off the bus yet, they're not getting off the bus.
Oh, I agree. I don't think there's anything the man can do.
They will, if he was on horseback, a blinded horse charging towards a burning barn, they would be right behind him, like, go, 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 go.
He could have a gun. All right.
The most honest thing he's ever said, by the way.
Yeah. He could have you're right. He could have a gun and be holding it, riding through the streets on a horse, shooting people and masturbating to gay porn all at the same time. And these people would still vote for him. They love him that much.
My favorite one was somebody said he could rape a baby on the steps of a church, wipe it off with the American flag, and then ride off saying John Wayne is a pussy.
Yeah.
And still support him.
Absolutely.
Wow.
There's nothing that can
you
be
got
done.
military officials leaders that are like, are you people? No, the leaders are military leaders, pussies. pussies. We're going with Trump
Yes.
because he's such a badass.
I'm telling you, there's nothing that can be done that would make people change their mind in voting for Trump. It doesn't matter what he does. So I know that Michael Cohen's revealing all this stuff this week. They don't care.
I'm a little disappointed in what I'm hearing about the RNC too. I expected like a big, huge spectacle because it's all pre-recorded, you know, so they don't have to worry about flubs and stuff. And they could put like graphics and sound effects. And I thought for sure we would get rid of the podium and we would have like Don Jr. walking around with a microphone, like it was like more like a stand-up thing or something.
Well, I don't know if
Really kind of like idiocy, like a big to make everybody forget about the heartwarming.
if you
blah, blah, blah,
notice,
Democrats.
if you
I
notice
thought it was
last
gonna be a
night,
circus.
they did it live at the White House.
Oh, I didn't even watch.
They did it
I
live.
didn't watch any of them, Democrat or Republican.
They did it live at the White House with an audience. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Without masks.
yeah, and they didn't have
Without
masks or
social
anything.
distancing.
Because when you're, already pre-recorded, there's so many things you can do later in, post editing and stuff. That okay, if it was live, that makes sense.
Yeah, he wanted and Trump wanted it live, so they're doing it. But like you said, it doesn't make a difference. It's not making
Everybody-
any difference. The
There's no
people,
undecided voters.
yeah, everybody's decided.
The only thing that remains to be seen is will people actually be able to vote, or will shit just be on fire?
Yeah,
Like every voting place is just burning or something. Or,
it's crazy.
that's what remains to be seen.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, there are people I know that I've read people and heard from people that say, oh, Trump's terrible. He's a terrible human. What he's doing is so wrong, blah, 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 blah. But I can't vote for Biden because he sniffs children's hair. And I'll be like, what?
Right.
You just told me 30 reasons why Trump is a terrible human being.
I'm
And
gonna go third party because they got to.
yeah.
I'm gonna vote with my heart or something.
And then
or
you
whatever
told
that
me
is.
I can't vote for this other guy because he sniffed a child's hair. I mean, that's just, it's unbelievable.
That's when you need an understanding of how American politics works. You're not voting for American Idol. You're voting for a person who's going to lead an administration of people.
Yeah.
It's not whether you like Trump or Biden. It's whether you like the administration of each one. One of these two, sad to say, is going to be determining who replaces Ruth Ginsburg.
I'm telling you.
I would rather have the guy sniffing hair than
Yes.
the guy with the 150 other infractions.
And then
And I want a president without a cult.
and there are literally, there's like a dozen women who have accused our current president of stuff that really is unseemly.
Well,
Nobody
I don't-
has any
that's
problems
all-
with nobody has any
that could
problems
all
with
be a
that.
conspiracy or whatever. I'm talking about factual, actual shit that you can look up and it's there. 150 things, but I don't like Biden's shoes.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I don't know who to vote for.
So, and I'm saying they're naming all these. I don't like how I don't agree with the president for not calling out Russia over this bounties on American soldiers, blah, 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 blah. But I can't vote for Biden because he sniffed a child's head. And it'll just be, and I'm like, okay, you never had any intention of voting for Biden. If that's the bullshit
And
you're
that
saying.
head sniffing stuff and all that stuff. Who do you think is putting all that out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same story every 4 years. Same story. Well, there was a couple 4 years where it didn't work out, but mostly same story every 4 years.
I mean, I'm looking at Fat 420. He's in the chat room right now, saying stuff like, if Biden was so good, why didn't he fix it with Obama and things like that? It's like, you have no intention of voting for
Vice
Biden.
President, that's not the vice president. The vice president doesn't do that.
The
Vice president's job is basically to wait.
I'm telling you, he 100% wants to vote for Trump.
But notice nobody's saying Biden is great.
Yeah, no
He's
one's
just
saying it.
better. He's the better
Yeah,
choice.
they're just saying.
That's one of the reasons I like Biden is because he's not great. He's not going to have a cult. He's not going to have people that go with him no matter absolutely what. There's not going to be people waving Biden flags around.
Yeah.
I'd like to get back to that. I don't like the worship the president shit that we've been. I want to get back to let's all have a check and balance on the president.
And by the way, like Brent's in the chat room right now saying
I mean,
it's a
Biden's like, what,
fact.
80 years old? Let's face it. The new president's whoever the vice president's going to
Here's-
Kamala Harris.
like I'm looking at our chat room right now. This is, and I'm not looking to insult anybody, but let me just read our chat room.
Oh, yes.
Brent says it's a fact that Trump's campaign colluded with Russia. The Republican Senate made the report public. Yes, the Intelligence Committee made the report public of their conclusion of all the facts was that the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government in 2016 to ensure that President Trump would win the election. All right. That's what that was the conclusion they came to after the months-long report that they investigated. Okay. They put that out there. And Brent says that's a fact.
They don't care.
And then Fat 420 guy says there's no fact to that. And then there's
They don't believe what they don't want to believe.
it is a fact.
Nobody
It's
does, though.
It's
I mean, nobody's
it's a
believing what they
piece.
told
It's
them.
a piece of public record. It's what the Senate Intelligence Committee concluded. They put it out there, and he goes, "That's not a fact." So
Well, you're not supposed to say that's not a fact. You're supposed to say fake news.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what
Fake
they're
news. 2 words.
that's what they're
Quick answer.
you're competing against.
I stopped competing, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm saying that they're people. They're not going to change. They're not going. Their mind is made up.
No.
They're
Which
going.
is why, are there even going to be debates? Because I heard that there weren't even going to be, because who cares? You know, I know
They're
running out of
time.
time.
Everybody knows who they're voting for.
The debates are going to be a shit show. I'll tell you that.
I don't think they're happening, right?
I know that they were negotiating.
Which is fine. I mean, I don't care if any of it
Yeah.
happens. I literally watched Alice last night. That's what I'm watching.
Alice?
Alice with
With-
Mel's
with-
Diner
with,
and
with Kiss My Grits with Flo.
no, we're already on season
Yes,
7.
agreed.
So
So Flo's already gone. Flo was
yeah, Flo's gone, Belle's gone. We're on Jolene.
oh Jesus. By the way, Alice was a show in the 70s.
And 80s. Now come on.
Oh, it was in the 80s too? It was about
Yeah.
this woman who she was married and some type of executive or something, right? And then
Truck
she
driver.
she and her child she's now a single mother and has to get a job. So she gets a job as a waitress in a diner.
Yeah, she was married to a truck driver. They lived in New Jersey. And they had a son. The truck driver died. And so she ended up with the son as a waitress in Arizona, just passing through.
Yeah, it makes
if you're
no
coming
sense.
from New Jersey, where are you going that you're passing? I guess you're going to LA.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Like going to California.
And so
But,
Alice,
you know, you're almost there. No, I'm going to work in this diner for 11 years.
and by the way, Alice was a movie, right? It was a movie that they turned into a TV show.
Yeah, it was called Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. It's actually a Martin Scorsese movie.
And then they ended up giving her a TV show, and she and her son moved to this small town, and she works
Phoenix.
at this diner. At this
Got this all
diner.
wrong.
Oh, well, and one of the women who works at this diner is this woman named Flo, who
Yes, Polly Holiday from Gremlins.
her catchphrase is, "Well, kiss my grits, Mel."
That used to be huge. It was on shirts. It was on
Yes.
bumper stickers. Everybody was saying it. And I heard a woman say it in Denny's like about 8 years ago. We were in Denny's and somebody in the back room goes, well, kiss my grit.
Well, she was still
Somebody in the
she
cooking,
was
you know, like a worker.
8 years ago. A woman was still rocking the "Kiss My Grits" slogan.
Yes.
That's pretty
That
impressive.
was only about 8 years ago. Denny's.
Wow. Now that's impressive. We don't get a lot of that. That's awesome. Yeah, so that was this show. And then the Flo character became so popular that the woman who played her was like, "Well, I don't need you fuckers anymore. I'm a star." And she wanted a ton of money. And I can't remember what network ran it. The network that ran it said, "We're not giving you that much money an episode." And because, you know, the thing with Hollywood is once you start giving the co-stars a ton of money, you have to keep up and give the star of the show a bunch of money. You know what I mean? So there's sort of a hierarchy in Hollywood, and they didn't want to pay this Flo woman so much money, so she quits. And Rocky is now holding up Is that her
Not
own
only do I
TV
have
show?
the Alice DVDs, but I have Flow, the complete series.
So yeah, so she gets her own series.
Wasn't very good.
No, because the character was a great, I mean, here, I'll use an example of this show of the Morning Disaster. People love Jimmy. Jimmy was great at what he did. He was fantastic. But they didn't give Jim his own show to compete with, to go against the Morning Disaster or to have its own time slot. There's a reason why. I mean, they tried.
Saturday morning was again just supposed to be best of.
Yeah, they tried to give him a Saturday morning
Yeah.
show, but we told you that story. I mean, it's just how, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But Flo she wanted more money because she was getting more popular a character. And because they couldn't give her that raise, because if they gave her the raise, then they'd have, who was the star? Was Linda Lavin was the star of Alice?
Yeah.
So because the way it worked is if you give Flo a big raise, you'd have to give Linda Lavin even more because she was the star of the show. And so
There's a lot like that where people have left shows.
Yeah.
Like, the third character or whatever ended up becoming the star.
but it's
Company with Chrissy.
it's because of Hollywood's, it's the way that Hollywood works.
Every time one of those NYPD Blue guys thought they were going to be the star,
Yeah.
but Dennis Franz eclipsed them, so they kept leaving, replacing them.
But
Rick Schroeder and Jimmy Smits and David
you
Caruso.
want to know the one who was smart? You want to know the one who was smart, Rocky, with NYPD Blue? Was the kid from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
He was smart because he came in, when he first came in, he told the NYPD Blue people, he said, here's who's the star of the show. I understand that guy's the star. I just want to be on it. So the money that he took was less than Dennis Franz. And he said, I don't want to be the star. I just want to be on the show. And
But originally, Dennis Franz wasn't supposed to be the star.
Yeah.
So the star was supposed to be David Caruso, and he goes and leaves and does these movies that nobody. I mean, wow, that was kind of an error. And then he goes back to TV with that, whatever that show is where he says something stupid and takes his glasses
right,
off.
CSI, whatever. Yeah. So the kid from Saved by the Bell was the smart one who said,
Mark Paul goes.
My
through
mommy's been shot. Looks like it's life with grandma. Or whatever the hell.
so, the way Hollywood works is they try to give you your own show, and it flops because they realize that, no one's going to tune in just to watch the.
Yeah, it's the dynamic of how the characters
Yes.
interact. Now you take one character and
They realized that Flo wasn't as good when she didn't have Mel to say, kiss my grits too, Mel. Or when she
like
wasn't.
Hall and Oates. Nobody just wants to go see Oates. Hall and Oates.
Yes.
Abbott and Costello, not just Costello.
Yeah. I mean, I lived through it. I lived through it with Lytle and Lamb. When it just became and Lamb. And then they tried to team him up with another guy. And somehow, that didn't work. It didn't work out. And that's what became the Morning Disasters. When I came back, we got my own show. And that's what started the Morning Disaster. So I'm just saying, I've lived through it. It doesn't work. And it didn't work with Flo. I mean,
Yes, there's your Alice Flow
yes.
history for
Well,
obscure TV shows.
you want to know who did it right? Happy Days. With Fonzie.
Yeah, because Fonzie.
Yeah, because Fonzie was on Happy Days, and he was
I thought you were going to say Joni Loves Chachi.
no.
Like, yeah, that turned out great.
No, but what I'm
One's
saying,
like a has-been celebrity trying to get the spotlight going political. The other one's suicide. So yeah, good times.
but I'm saying that they left. They left, and look, they imploded. Fonzie never left. Fonzie stayed on Happy Days.
Oh yeah.
He also jumped the shark.
Well, that's the show did, but they did it with Fonzie.
Like that.
Yeah, but he stayed, and he made a ton of money. Yeah. So that's there you go. I mean, that's a Hollywood story that Rocky, you're watching it play out. And you're watching all of Alice?
Yes. And it's really not cheap either. You have to get them made to order. It's those made to order DVDs. You can't just go to the store and buy them. Yeah. They're like $25 a piece.
Does that not stream anywhere?
No. I think the first season maybe. Yeah, some TV shows are like that. You can't. There's only one way to view them. They don't stream.
How many episodes per season are they?
24 usually with the old shows.
So you're watching 24 episodes a season.
Oh, this has been going on for years.
Of Alice.
Like 10 years this has been going on.
And you're getting these made to order discs put together.
Yeah.
In order to watch them.
That's a made to order one too.
Unbelievable.
But no, this all started like a few years, like 10 years ago. We started watching all these TV shows like in order. We've already been through like WKRP and the Jeffersons, and get to see the whole arc of when it starts you start recognizing certain episodes keep showing plot lines start showing up in all these different shows. It's the same plot.
Yeah, because
somebody found a bag of money. What do we do with it?
It was a lot of the same writers.
Somebody goes to the hospital, but somebody else in the show thinks they're in the hospital for a different reason than they are.
Yeah,
that's like every sitcom.
Because the writers would just shuffle around. They go, "Oh shit, I don't have an idea this week." Well, grab that old Jeffersons episode that I wrote.
Yeah, we haven't done plot 13 yet on this one.
What's the television show, Nikki? What's a television show that you've always wanted to see, but it's not available? Like, what is your show that you'll be like, oh, you know what I thought was good and I'd want to watch that? Rocky says that there's a company that will make a disc for you.
Well, it's Warner Brothers.
You just do a made to order. You can just do a made to order.
Yeah, there's movies like that too. It's called Warner Archive. They cost more, but you order it and then it comes to you. It looks more. It's real bare bones. The back of the discs look like DVD-Rs, but they have the labels and everything. But
I'll be damned.
It's just like it's not in stores and things like that.
So you bought Flow of all shows. You bought Flow. How many times an episode?
I remember this being funny when I was like 7 years old, but it is not.
How many times an episode does she say, "Kiss my grits"?
I think she does say that. I think she keeps saying that. Yeah.
And what was when Flo left and got her own show, was she still a waitress?
She owned the place.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
You can't have her whole meal ticket was she would yell at the guy in charge. So you can't have her be the owner because she's in charge. She would have to yell at herself.
Like the people that, like the people that bring in like the beer or the
right. So she
yells
that work
with her more than the people that work under her.
She yells at the people supplying her the stuff.
Right, the suppliers. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah, things like that.
Well, kiss my grits, Mr. Budweiser man.
Right.
You can just kiss my grits.
With those sitcom beers that were just white. It said beer on them.
Yeah.
Are you the one developing? You're delivering
generic beer.
You're delivering my pancake mix. Well, kiss my grits. So that's why Flo never worked out. I can tell you that right now. Poor Flo. I'm trying to think if there's any show that if there's any show that I've always wanted to see that never.
I think they finally released. That was Fraggle Rock.
You can find them somewhere, but
Amazon.
Know where to look.
Amazon has everything.
Yeah, Amazon has the Warner stuff, but it's more expensive because they're just basically getting it from Warner and then selling it to you. When you could just go to the Warner website and buy it directly.
I liked I like HBO Max is starting to get some old shows,
Now you have to have HBO subscription to have that, right?
Or you could just buy it. You could just pay it.
Oh, you don't have to have. Okay, it's not on Roku yet.
You can just literally buy it for like $14 a month.
Okay, good. That's the way to do that.
Yeah.
They used to do those ones where you had to have the HBO subscription or the Showtime subscription, and then but nobody has cable like so. It didn't really work for a lot of people.
I mean, HBO Max works for me because I have AT&T phone. So
Yeah.
AT
Yeah, the standalone ones are great when you can just buy the app and that's it. You don't have to have a subscription.
but
to
AT&T
a whole
owns
service.
AT&T owns HBO. So if you have an AT&T phone and you ask for it, you'll get free HBO in your house. And once you get free HBO, you get free HBO Max.
Is that just for Springfield or is that everybody?
That's a national thing. My wife found it. Yeah, it's a national thing. So we've had an AT&T mobile phone since the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, us too.
And so my wife, from time to time, she calls AT&T when the bill's late. You know what I mean? She calls them and just asks for different things to get the bill lowered. And they always find a way to get the bill lowered. And so one of these times she calls them and she goes, "Hey, you guys own HBO too, right?" They go, "Yeah." "Or you guys own Warner? You're somehow involved in Warner Brothers and HBO?" And they say, "Yeah." And she goes, "Is there any kind of special for AT&T users for HBO?" And they told her, they said, "Oh, if you're an AT&T mobile user, you get free HBO." And my wife says, "We don't have cable. We use satellite dish." And they go, they say, "We own the satellite dish too. So you can get that for free."
We own it all.
So that's what AT&T owns. DirecTV, they own HBO, and they own HBO Max. So basically, she found out from them that they will provide free HBO for you if you're an AT&T subscriber, and we got it. And then that gave us free HBO Max. So we get everything.
I had a satellite dish that we weren't using anymore, and we got that new roof, so they took the satellite dish off, and it's been out on the ground behind the house. And I've looked up like how to recycle, where to recycle satellite dishes, and the first three things that come up are all these like, but wait, you could turn it into a Captain America shield or a fun planter, or you could do that. I said I didn't want to repurpose the satellite dish. I want to recycle the satellite dish. But yeah, it was all these websites of fun things you can do with old satellite dishes.
It is amazing though. Like if you
I just use the metal and fiberglass to do something else. How about that?
Yeah. Well, you just throw it in the garbage.
Oh yeah. Well,
and let them worry about it. No, but I'm saying my wife just by asking and calling, there's all kinds of deals that we get on stuff. I mean, who'd have thought you can get free HBO and free HBO Max just because of who your cell phone carrier is?
Yeah, I'm still gonna have to verify that one.
I'm telling you, that's and not only do I have HBO Max on my television through my PS4, I have an HBO Max. I have it on my cell phone, my iPad, every device in my house has it as well, and it's all free.
Yeah, they're not working with Roku yet. So I'm wondering if I could get it on my phone and then pair the phone with the TV and watch it like that.
Yeah, like I said, I watch it over my PS4 like that. But it's also I have a Samsung TV, and I think they just put the app up there. So
yeah, I have a Samsung too.
Yeah, they just did an update. I think they have HBO Max on it now. So, and by the way, HBO Max is pretty good. That's my new joy. As I've watched everything on Netflix, I believe. I don't do this anything. That's what
I was saying. Like one of the first shows when you were like, "Oh, it would take you 4 years and whatever to watch everything on Netflix." I'm like, not everything good.
Yeah,
that takes about 15 hours, then you're done. I feel like Netflix used to be like the place where like the cutting edge, like the Stranger Things and Orange is the New Black and all this stuff everybody was talking about, and this really well done shows, even if you're not particularly into the particular type of show or whatever. Now it seems like it's just this straight to video. It's more of like that quality.
Yeah,
it's just like let's just throw shit on.
They've lost that. They have that avant-garde sort of.
Yeah, that edge that was like almost like, I know Breaking Bad was AMC and whatever, but it was like shows that were similar like that, where it was like and documentaries and things. And now it just seems like it's just.
I'll tell you, you know what I like is Amazon Prime, man. I think Amazon Prime has some really. I think the Fabulous Mrs. Maisel. That's fantastic. I highly recommend that to anybody with a sense of humor. I think the Mrs. Maisel show on Amazon Prime is fantastic.
I'm trying to think of the show that we were watching. It had Craig Roberts in it, and he played tennis, and it had oh my God, I can't think of his name, but that was a good one too. They've got some good. They had Good Omens was a kind of a
good, yeah, the Neil Gaiman show that had
Yeah.
Michael Sheen in it. Yeah, that's really good.
Yep. So yeah, there's good stuff on there, and there's good movies too on
Yeah.
Amazon.
You know what I'm watching
Like
now?
theatrical movies.
Amazon Prime has some old, and I don't know how I got into these. Oh, I know what it was. It was somebody on the show. We were doing a show, and somebody in our chat room, I can't remember who it was, told me about the show Marcella, which is on Netflix. And it was somebody, one of our people in the chat room said, you know what I love is Marcella. And I went, what the hell is a Marcella?
Yes, we're talking about TV shows, not cheese.
And so I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. They were talking about this show, Marcella, and it was on Netflix. So I started watching it. It's one of these. It's an English crime drama, Rocky. All right, and
That's a lot of what Netflix is doing too, getting
Yeah.
European stuff. Yeah.
so then I started watching these English. I watched that Marcella, and it was great. And then I started watching these English shows. And then I went to Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime has the show called Unforgotten. And here's the premise. It's this group in the London Police Department who they find these people find an old body, like a dead body in like an abandoned parking lot. And then this is the woman who gets those cases. And she has to try to figure out who the body is, and then how it got there, and who killed them, and it's pretty good. But it's all. And I wonder if I think they tried to remake it here with a show called Cold Case or something. I haven't seen any of that, but the English version's really good. And so that's my new fascination of shows like that.
Yeah, I've been finding some smaller shows. I can't remember the name of any of them though. There's the one with Bill Pullman, where you know who it's a series, and each season is a completely different story, and you know who the murderer is. You know that you see the crime being committed, and the whole thing is figuring out why they did it.
Oh, that's good. I hadn't seen that. That's good. Corey's in the chat room saying that Yellowstone. I've heard a lot about Yellowstone. A lot of people are talking about this Yellowstone and how good it is. It's Kevin Costner, one of the guys from Lost, the guy who played Sawyer on Lost. It's
whoa.
Yeah,
wow, Nikki's interest has been piqued for the first time in 20 minutes.
Well, here's what I
Sawyer on Lost.
Here's what I thought. I thought it was a show about the Bundys. You know, the Clive Bundy guy or whatever, the guy that, you know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Married with Children.
No, the guy,
the Idaho dude.
Yeah, who's like against the United States government, but he seemed to be really more against it during when it had a black president.
Right.
Then like he doesn't have any. They don't have any problem. They have no problem with the family has no problem with the guy in charge now. They had the problem with the black guy.
Yeah, he was so horrible.
However, I did hear one of his sons had some kind of anti-mask demonstration. Yeah, but so I thought it was about some family like that, and like, no, it's not. So it's a totally different thing. But the guy owns a ranch out in Colorado or whatever, and that's what the show's about. And people are watching it, and they're, you know, and I guess it just ended its latest season, and people are still talking about that show. So that's one I gotta watch. But it's on like the Paramount Network. I mean, I don't even know what I know the Paramount Network is on DirecTV, but I wouldn't know where. Even though I have DirecTV, I have no idea where to find it. Nikki, do you know where to find the Paramount Network? Yeah.
I don't have any of that stuff ever since I killed the TV.
Well, I'm just saying that I don't know where the Paramount Network is, but I think it also streams on. I think somebody streams it as well.
No, the Paramount Network's on cable.
Oh, it is on cable too. Okay. Well, I know I have it on DirecTV. I just wouldn't know what channel it is, and people are talking about this show Yellowstone. I mean, I know it's got Kevin Costner, so that would make you check it out alone, but they seem to love this show. They love Yellowstone, so I got to check it out just to see if it's any good. That could become, and I think it's got like several seasons in. So that's one of those things. That's one of those things you, when you start to watch it, literally, it's several seasons, so you can binge like God knows how many.
The Sinner was the Bill Pullman show I was talking about.
I've heard of that. Oh, I gotta watch that.
The best though, the best one, I even got a hoodie with the show on it, was Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's the show. But you've got to skip over the first 2 episodes. You can't watch the first episode or you'll go, what the hell is this? And you won't watch it. I've never even seen the first episode.
I watched.
But apparently it's horrible.
I watched.
You have to skip over the first 2 and don't watch the new season and don't watch that stupid movie. Watch everything else.
I watched a Black Mirror episode. It was a takeoff on Star Trek.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Holy shit.
That was
the craziest.
Yes.
That was the craziest.
They're all like that. It's insane.
Oh,
but like I said, don't watch the new season. Don't watch that stupid interactive movie, and don't watch the first 2 episodes.
I've watched 2 episodes, Rocky, and you tell me if these are the best ones or not. But like I said, I watched the one, Nikki. It's this guy who's they're computer coders, and this guy writes a simulation for like Star Trek. Okay. And as it turns out, he's the captain, like Kirk. And he's taking these people he works with, and he's somehow programming them into this simulation. And which is all fine and dandy, except as it turns out, he's evil. And he's somehow manipulating them. He's manipulating their lives to where he's the hero captain, and it's I can't even describe it. It's so freaking bizarre.
These are indescribable, really. You just have to see them.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. But I highly recommend it. The episode is crazy, and you don't know who's good or who's bad, and then you start questioning what's reality and what isn't reality. I'm telling you. And then I saw another one that I thought was really good. It starred Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God.
And she's a pop star.
What?
If that's one of the new seasons, that's one of the ones you don't want to watch.
No.
The other one he's talking about is USS Callister.
Yes.
Episode.
But I'm saying, there's there's a pop star, and they create this doll of the pop star, right? And they start selling the doll. Anyway, the pop star is being drugged by a family member or whatever, and somehow her being is somehow in this doll, and the shows are so weird. The ones I saw have to do with human beings' consciousness somehow being transferred into something else. And they're
Watch
really
Nosedive. Nosedive is a good one, and Crocodile's a good one. Where's a really good one? White Bear is a really good one. White Bear. These are all episodes of the show Black Mirror.
Yeah, and the USS Callister is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
But stay away from season 1. Don't even bother. Yeah. It's a completely different show. It'll turn you off. You won't watch anymore. So stay away from season 1. Stay away from that. There's a weird interactive movie. You don't want to watch that. And I say you don't want to watch the new season, but Ray says the one with
the Miley Cyrus one, because it's weird. It's about her essence. I don't even know how to describe it. But that's the kind of essence. Well, no, it's like, all right.
It's like the computer system has taken all of her thoughts and all of her songwriting, all of her talent. It's been encoded.
Yeah.
And so now this computer is basically writing and singing the songs. and
Which
she's like,
basically,
"Oh,
have you ever heard of the simulation theory, Nikki?
No.
All right. Don't let your
I
mind
was
be
gonna look
blown.
that up for Nikki.
There are a bunch of people alive today who are convinced that something happened. Something happened where space aliens or somebody came to Earth. And it sounds a little bit too much like the Matrix movies to me, but
Yeah, it sounds like the Matrix.
yeah, something happened in the last 20 years. And while we were all sleeping or something, basically we're all dead and somehow transferred to a simulation to where existence today is actually taking place in a computer. And all of
Yeah,
us.
that is the Matrix.
Yeah, but yeah, and I'm serious. There's a simulation theory right now that we are all supposedly living in. And one of the believers of it, by the way, is Elon Musk.
I'll believe anything at this point.
He's well,
There's Josh Holloway. There's Nikki's.
yeah, there's Sawyer. There's your boy Sawyer. And so
Hubba hubba.
this is an actual thing that people believe is the simulation theory. And so they think we're living in a simulation right now. And they theorize that a bunch of weird stuff is going to start happening that wouldn't otherwise happen. Like we're going to find aliens or whatever. But the whole theory is based on, I believe, aliens coming to Earth, I think. And that's how we ended up, or somehow the computers took over and I don't know, we can't figure it out.
Are these the same people that believe in the Mandela effect?
I don't know if Mandela effect is part of this, but I know it's really weird. And my only question is this: why am I so fat in the fucking simulation? If it's a simulation, why am I still so fat?
Because
Why
it's
don't
a
we have our
simulation
perfect
of-
bodies?
Yeah, it's exact simulation.
Well, I don't understand it. I shouldn't be so miserable living in a sim. My life was better if it all happened in 2001. I was making more money. I was younger. I was happier. Why in the hell am I so miserable in the simulation? That's my thought. I should not be so miserable in a simulation.
They forgot to put the happiness quotient.
Yeah. Where the hell's my happy ending? And why are people still dying in a simulation? Yeah. So that's a theory that's out there, is we're living in a simulation. And this Black Mirror stuff has a lot to do with that whole, has a lot to do with that theory.
I think we're living under one big social experiment, just to see how much people will just like throw off their morals and their whatever to go in whatever direction makes them appear, however they want to look.
I'll tell you, I have learned that when shit really starts to get you down, it's best to just laugh. I'm serious. Is just take things and laugh. Like, because no matter what the situation is, there's always a part of it where there's nothing left to do but just laugh, because
if it's a situation that you can't do anything about,
yeah,
that you have no control over,
just
I mean,
laugh.
if it's a situation that you can change, well, maybe you should change it and then laugh. But
I'm telling you,
laugh
it
at the
is
way
nuts.
you changed it. But yeah, most of it is just so overwhelming. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to enjoy my time on Earth. Everybody else can be.
And
whatever.
I think that it's
Until they come in and take me away and lock me up for whatever they're gonna lock people up for.
with theories like that, I think it's people are so depressed that they're looking for reasons why, as sad as it is. But there's a lot of lonely and angry or let down people alive right now that I find sad. But when everything starts to get too much,
I think that's like 95% of the population.
Yeah.
I don't think these are like a group of people.
well, that's
I think
like,
we're all
Now
disappointed,
that we have
let
to
down,
stay
and
at home
sad.
all the time.
well, and the other thing is,
That's why we're all laughing. It's more like a lunatic
Yeah.
laughing, like it turns into like crying.
well, the flat earthers are not like, there's people that believe that the earth is flat.
Do you
And
know what that started as? You know what I heard that actually is? Like the Flat Earth Society? It supposedly started off as a theory that, or not a theory, but as an idea that you shouldn't trust any
Yeah.
knowledge. Any knowledge can be rebuked. Scientific stuff is always changing. We're always fine. So it was more of a theory thing that don't accept knowledge. Always question knowledge. Even the Earth is round.
yeah,
Question that. That's how it started. And then over time, it de-evolved into people literally believing that the world is not round.
there is a documentary
Earth
on
is not round.
Netflix. There's a documentary on Netflix. Did you see this
Yeah.
one?
I
Oh
saw
my God. It's the
But they really
craziest.
don't get into the origin of it. The origin is just simply question authority, question science. And the flat Earth thing was just kind of like a proverbial thing, or can't think of the word. It was
I'm telling
what's the
you,
name? But yeah,
it's
and it turned into people literally.
it's
it started being
insane.
literal
So
metaphor.
whenever people start thinking about like Trump, and they say, how in the hell could Trump happen? If you watch this Flat Earth documentary on Netflix, of course Trump could happen. These assholes believe the Earth is flat. And even when you hit them with knowledge, it's like, you could go in a plane and you could fly around the world. You don't need a.
Well, they're not saying that it's flat like it's not. They're saying it's flat like a record or a pizza. It's still round, but it's a flat round.
It's crazy.
So when you fly
telling you.
around, you just make that big curve, and then you go. It's like
It is. It's
eating
nuts.
the underside of a pizza.
And the best thing about it, and you see that in that Netflix documentary, the best thing about it is the people are, not only are they convinced that they're right, they think there's something wrong with the rest of us.
Yeah, it went from like question everything to like, well, we know the Earth is
Yeah.
flat. It's like that wasn't the original.
And
It
we're
makes sense.
we're special. We're the only ones who have figured out that the Earth is actually flat in a globe. And it's crazy.
Shut it down, Galileo. This guy over here has all the answers about the Earth is flat, and wow, you guys are all wrong with your science and your telescopes and your
It's
50 years
crazy.
of,
Even though we can look at other planets, and we have satellites and or spaceships where people are floating above Earth and can tell you, no, this is what the Earth looks like. They just disregard all evidence.
all lies, fake news.
They call fake news, and they claim conspiracies. That all the media is in on these conspiracies. And
By the way, that's got to be that's got to be such a great mentality. That's got to be so convenient. Just anything you don't like, fake news.
But I'm saying that if you look at the similarities between that and other things that people believe in, you can see sort of how it happens. I'm telling you, if you get a chance, watch that. I can't remember the name of the documentary on Netflix. It is.
I think it has the word flat in it, doesn't it?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's some sort of. It's about this big convention they have where all the flat earthers get together. And then in the documentary, one of the biggest things is these guys have this big experiment where they're going to prove the earth is flat. And they go to do the experiment. And by the way, all the experiment does is prove that the earth is a globe. And then none of them believe it. And it's like, you just did, you did the experiment, and it proved exactly the opposite of what you were trying to prove. And now you people are justifying it. Oh my God.
Behind the curve? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but that does sound like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Behind the curve.
If you want to watch a great documentary, it's on Netflix. And it's about flat earthers.
Did you ever watch the one that I was talking about where the guy takes the bulldozer and turns it into like a tank and just bulldozes all the people
I
he doesn't
saw it.
like?
It's called
That's one word.
tear or fear or something.
Trauma or
It's a one-word thing.
yeah, I'll find it here.
I did put it on my I put it on my soon to watch things. You know how long it took me to watch that one you told me about that was fantastic.
Oh, so you haven't seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it, but I found it. I did find it and I put it on my list of things I'm going to watch.
God, this phone is so incredibly slow. No. A lot of Killdozer. That was not it.
No, it's not Killdozer. It's like Tear or
Tread.
Tread. Okay. I knew it was a one-word name.
Yeah, one word would start with T. Tread. This guy is a welder by trade, so he's really good at it. And he takes his the town has screwed him over. It's a small town. He feels like everybody's just screwed him over out of his business. So he takes his bulldozer, welds it into this tank, and just goes. And it's a documentary. It's a true story.
It actually happened.
Yeah, and it's a document. It's not like they're not reenacting it. It's the actual footage.
Which is crazy, and why I want to watch it when I get time.
Right. I mean, if it was some movie, it would be like, yeah, okay. But no, this is the real. And you see this small town of like police and whatever, and people just don't know what to do. I mean, it's like how was it trained for this? You see this one policeman with he's like in his riot gear and whatever.
Yeah.
He literally just walks around and turns around in a complete circle and then turns around. I don't know. It's a bulldozer tank. What do you do?
It's like, well, if that's what he's got, I guess that's what he's got.
But yeah, just goes to the mayor's house, bulldozes it, goes to his rival business guy's business,
and he just bulldozes the business. I want to watch it. I will watch it.
Goes through town, goes to downtown, goes to the street, looks for this, bulldozes that. Not like he just randomly bulldozes everything. But nobody can stop him.
And it's all because the town pissed him off.
Yes.
And he's getting back at him.
Yeah, like a few of the town leaders or whatever. So he seeks them out, individually. He bulldozes City Hall. So if you've ever had a problem with City Hall, this is the movie for you.
Watch that documentary, Tread, on Netflix, and you'll feel better.
Make sure you check out the Morning Disaster app on iPhone and Android. You'll find the app in Google Play and the iPhone App Store. The app is brought to you by Recontex. It's time for you to get detail-oriented. They can clean your car inside and out, and consider this a tsunami warning. If you don't get a fresh coat of tsunami from Recontex, your car is going to look old and tired. Call 670-1132, 670-1132, and schedule your detail today. Recontex, 820 East Black Avenue, Springfield.
Thank you, Radio Sean Bullitt.
So how did you blow your speakers? Were you like rocking out to some Led Zeppelin or Tool or
Dude,
something?
I had that.
No, this Sean Bullitt commercial came on.
I had that super. I didn't realize how loud that was till it started. Speaking of the app, we have on the Android, by the way, we have the icon.
Grinder?
No. We have the morning disaster icon.
Ray has Grinder on his
Is
phone.
Grinder the gay one? Is that your joke? Your joke. Yeah.
Is it?
It keeps turning off.
We have the morning disaster app.
Nikki will hear none of that.
Yeah,
Everything is working. Everything is awesome. You can go check it out right now.
the morning
It does
disaster
not like that.
icon is on the Android app now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the same one on the
Yeah,
on the iPhone.
and it's on iPhone. Oh well, yeah. So slowly but surely, all app problems are being fixed. How about that? The show is brought to you by our friends over at Recontex, of course, who Sean just told you about. They're actually having the car wash for Mikey is this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We'll be washing cars, and all money's going to Mikey. So you guys go on by there, get a car wash. We're trying to help out a former member of the Morning Disaster, Mikey. It is happening tomorrow, Friday. I was going to say tomorrow, but tomorrow's Thursday. It's happening Friday and Saturday. All right. So get your car washed and help out Mikey. And plus you get the joy of getting your car washed, which it'll look good, which is really important. You don't want
What
to
time do they open? Does anybody know?
they want to know if we wanted to go there, but that's the morning we do our subscriber show. It's Fridays.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, I don't know how we do it because we're not live on free show on Friday. That's when you have to pay to get us. So I don't know how else we would do it, and unless it would involve doing 2 shows, in which, I just don't even know how we would make that happen. And even I had talked to Mikey and he was like, he goes, oh, he would be on the show, but I'm like, well, I don't, the plan is we're not doing we're doing the subscriber show Friday. We plan those in advance and blah blah blah. So yeah. But anyway, go there and be part of that car wash Friday and Saturday. The Morning Disaster Show is also brought to you by Corey and over at Corey Installation Furniture and Supply, 741-1079. Corey right now has wipes, tons of wipes, guys. When I'm talking wipes, I'm talking these sanitizer wipes, the disinfectant wipes. Like you want to wipe things down because of the coronavirus. It will wipe everything down, make it safe. My wife, we bought some from Corey. And my wife seems to think that it's best to follow me in every room I go to in my house and wipe down everything that I have sat on, that I have touched, that I have had anything to do with. It has to be wiped down. And then
you just have a big dust ball going around.
And then comment. If I go to the bathroom and I sit down in the toilet and I leave, she goes in there and she's wiping everything. And I'm like, what do you think that is on my ass that is so disgusted that you immediately have to wipe everything down that I sat upon or touched? It's unbelievably offensive, but my wife does it.
Beauties.
741-1079. You can get your own wipes, and they're a great price. And literally, you can buy like 300 wipes for, like $10 or whatever. You can get it now. Call Corey, 741-1079. DTE Technologies, 408-0001. DTE Technologies. They can become your IT department for your business. Call DTE. And of course, we welcome to the show Hendricks Home Furnishings. I told you guys a story about I bought a recliner because I was using a recliner that was literally 20 years old. And I finally had to get rid of it and get a new one. And my wife and I were shopping for a new recliner. We couldn't find one. It was such a negative experience going to these Springfield stores. And I'm not exaggerating, you guys. It was a pain. And then we were being told things like, well, the delivery time would take months. And in fact, one place actually used COVID as an excuse. Well, it's got to do with COVID. And I was like, what the hell does COVID have to do with furniture delivery? But I was told it was COVID. And then, so I went on Facebook and I bitched about, like so many of us do. I go on Facebook and I bitch about, I bitch about things. And I'm like, I can't find a recliner. And so several of my Facebook friends go to Hendricks in Verdon. And so I tell my wife and she goes, all right, well, let's go. So we took the drive to Verdon. We go to Hendricks Home Furnishings. You guys, I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. We go in, we're laughing, we're talking, we're sitting in recliners and we're having the best time. It was one of the more pleasurable shopping experiences I had. We went, and then after we bought the recliner and I found the perfect recliner, then we wait a couple days and boom, the guys are here with it. There was no COVID. There was no COVID affecting delivery, which would take like several months. to get it. No, and unbelievable, they actually have the furniture store and the warehouse right there where it's filled with things. We didn't have to wait for anything to be ordered or anything to be shipped. It was really cool. So I highly advise anyone out there, go to Hendricks Home Furnishing in Verdon. You will enjoy your shopping experience. By the way, great prices, great service, and it's a great time. And they just do things differently. They do things differently. They do things better. And I can't say enough good things about Hendricks Home Furnishing. That number is 965-3337. They're in Verdon. All right. Take my advice. All right. There's a sponsor of the show. It is 9:36. If we ended now, we would be pretty much on time. I mean, I still have, there's still many more things I can get to, but I'm just pointing out that if we ended now, we would be on time. By the way, Cindy's in the chat room saying that they are planning on going to Hendricks this weekend. She will update me. Please, Cindy, go. I guarantee you will enjoy yourself. You will have a pleasant experience. We really enjoyed ourselves going. It was really a lot of fun. I have a couple of news notes that I want to get to before we get out of here. Rocky, the world's most expensive peanut butter and jelly sandwich is in Chicago. Would you like to take a shot at guessing how much the world's most expensive peanut butter and jelly sandwich costs? This is at a restaurant.
Normal size?
This is it's
not some huge thing or whatever.
No,
20 people.
no, okay. It's there's a restaurant in Chicago that has, the restaurant is called PB&J. All right. It stands for Pizza, Beer, and Jukebox. It has now added a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the menu.
Okay, I'm thinking if it's a jukebox beer place, it's not going to be stupid expensive, like $500. It would be more probably like $150.
But here's the thing: it's made with just peanut butter and jelly. I mean, those are the ingredients.
I bet it's the best peanut butter you can get and the best bread. I'd say 150.
You're low. Nikki, would you like to take a Would you like to take a guess at what the world's most expensive peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
$4.25.
You're high.
Because I originally said 500, but then I heard it was like a jukebox pizza beer place.
The
so
actual
300.
The actual cost is that's pretty good, Rocky. The actual cost is $350.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have. Here's the bread. It's got edible gold baked into the bread.
I knew gold was going to be part of it.
Why would you want to eat gold?
It's a thing.
You can say, shit, gold.
Yeah, because you
don't talk to me like that.
You're gonna shit it out.
Right, and you can say that you did that.
Yeah. And then they have
lay the golden egg.
They have.
Who do you think you're talking to? Shit, gold.
Kiss my grits, man. They have.
Kiss my gold grit.
They have an all natural peanut butter from New Zealand.
Who the hell was that? Wasn't me. Shit, gold.
And a red currant jam from France.
So what kind of jam?
Red currant jam from France that has hand seeding using goose quills. Which, by the way, aren't goose quills?
I don't even understand that.
Aren't goose quills
more for pillows?
No, I think goose quills are seeds that have been eaten and shit by and shit out. I think.
I don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so I wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
Goose quills are those big long feathers that you write with.
Yeah. But
that's what I said. I don't think they're for pillows and writing. They're not for eating.
They hand seed they have hand seeded the jam with goose quills. And I think I have no idea what that means. I'm trying to figure it out. I thought it was, let me see what it has in it. Red currant jelly. Red currant jelly is also known as it's an English condiment consisting of red currants, sugar, rosemary. In some recipes have red wine, white wine, port, mustard, lemon, orange zest, and sometimes shallots. Well, what would you use a goose quill for?
Fruit knife, ornamental fruit knife.
Sign the check. $350 and $100 tip with the feather flying around.
So you got a pen as well?
Yeah, you get a
Yeah,
pen to
it's a
sign the check.
penknife.
No, well that's
They're going to pull out some Bic after you just had a $350 peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
With gold.
And it costs $350, and I'm sure it tastes. By the way, the place also has a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is Wonder Bread.
Well, I'm sure they'd have several if that's literally their name. I mean, I would think they'd have more than two.
You can get one made with Wonder Bread, Jiffy, and grape jelly, and that's $5.
Can you get one with bananas?
$5?
Yep.
How about 50 cents?
50 cents. It's not 1942.
How insane!
And it's Chicago.
And that's
$5
It's
sounds
75
about
cents.
right. $5 for
if they include,
cheap food
listen,
in Chicago.
if they're including a drink, $5 isn't so bad.
Now you're talking $7-8.
Let me ask you: do you guys have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Do you eat potato chips with it?
I don't
No.
like peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
You don't like
I
them?
like jelly on toast and I like peanut butter. I don't like the two together.
I gotta
I
tell
didn't
you.
grow up with that.
Strawberry jam and peanut
I
butter.
gotta tell you, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, very underrated.
I usually eat it with like grapes or something.
Was somebody standing over you with like holding the grapes down and you just
Oh, I wish.
like in Rome?
Someone who looks like Sawyer from Lost,
Yeah.
Yes.
and he's glistening
In
with
sandals.
sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got a 6-pack,
Uh-huh.
and he's feeding you grapes, going,
And an RHC.
"Here you go, here you go, here you go, Nikki." And she's going, "Are you rock hard? Oh, give my grape." Meanwhile, he's rubbing his erection against you
Oh God.
As
We're
he's-
talking about peanut butter and jelly.
as he's wearing a Tarzan loincloth and
The
feeding
peanut butter and jelly
Oh,
is just
Lord.
about to come into play.
and feeding you grapes.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time. All right, so
You know the difference between jam and jelly?
no, what is it?
Than the other.
He's gonna jam. He's gonna jam something
Right.
into you.
Yes, that's the joke.
No, I
You can't
became
jelly the
unemployed in April. All right, that's when we were doing this show, and my wife was home working, and she was working in the kitchen. Now her work is, listen, she's on the phone and she's doing this and it's really busy. So I always felt like having a conversation with her was bothering her, So I was always careful about, walking in the kitchen. But I was hungry one day. We were doing the show, and so I got done with the show and I was hungry. And then my wife goes, "Hey, do you want something to eat?" And I was like, "I do," but I didn't want to take up any of her time. So I go, "Oh, can I just have?" I didn't want anything that was going to take a bunch of time to prepare. Because what I really wanted, I think, was some breakfast food, but I didn't want to have her, be all put out to put everything together. So what I said is, can I just get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And I hadn't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in years. And so I said, hey, just give me peanut butter and jelly. I figured that'll take a couple minutes. And she brings me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm telling you, it was the best tasting sandwich. And all it was literally whatever kind of bread we had and just peanut butter and jelly. And my wife said, here you go.
That's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm telling you, it was the best.
Not rocket science.
It was the best tasting sandwich. It was great. And I was like,
So great, they made a song about it.
This is amazing. So I recently had one, and then ever since then, like, it's in the rotation for my lunch rotation. Like sometimes I'll go work out, come home, and I want to get something to eat, and I'll just go, oh, I'm just gonna have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I thought I was the only one that had a rotation. I like so few foods that
Yeah.
I literally have a, well, it's back to this now. Well, we haven't had this one.
Yeah, it's like I'll eat like a ham sandwich. You know what I mean? Or I'll have a couple of scrambled eggs. Or I have a salad. Well, now in the rotation is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Apparently, there's also gold-plated chicken wings with gold dust on them that
I've
people-
seen that on TV.
Oh, I love
It's
chicken wings.
disgusting.
I'll tell you
That's
here.
from the chat room.
Here in Springfield, we don't have any chicken wings that are like curbside delivery or anything. You know what I mean? That's my new thing.
Nothing?
not?
Nobody?
Well, that are within driving, and I should, because I live.
Pizza, you don't have a Pizza Hut?
Well, we do, yeah.
They have Wing Street.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Uh,
That's what I'm here for.
He doesn't count that as
yeah,
a wing
no,
place.
it's not it's a pizza place that just happens to make wings.
No, it's Wing Street. It's a different.
No, not here. Here they make the
okay.
wings
Up here,
at
it's
the
the
pizza.
same place.
Yeah.
But it's the same place. But I mean, there's anyway.
Yeah, I wish the wings are a little more accessible. That's all I'm saying. We need a little more accessible wings.
You don't have an Applebee's?
No. Well, no, we have an Applebee's. We have an Applebee's over. There's an
I
Applebee's.
mean, we have an Applebee's and a Buffalo Wild
two
Wings
of
and a
them.
Wing.
No, we have
but I
two-
just wish
we
had
have-
wings.
We have 2 Buffalo Wild Wings. No, but
Yeah, two
I
Applebee's.
don't want to get out of my car. I don't want to go in and sit down and eat with a bunch of
Oh,
dirty.
you're not going to go in and sit on it. I'm sure they all have curbside, don't they? Buffalo Wild Wings, we had that delivered by DoorDash like 3 times.
Well, I'm not going to use DoorDash.
Oh, wow.
That's ridiculous.
I know
Yeah,
people that's gotten ripped off by that.
Yeah, the DoorDash costs too much money.
It does?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Cindy says, "Show me."
Well, if they do DoorDash, then they have curbside delivery because if they're going to give it to a DoorDash person, they'll give it to a
They might as well
customer.
just give it to yeah.
Yeah, so they would have curbside.
Bubba says we
You
have.
should call these places and ask
Literally just
them.
get 4
Bubba says
wing
we have a
places.
wing street on Sangamon. I don't live anywhere near Sangamon.
Oh my God.
I'm not driving to fucking Sangamon. What do you think I am? A rock?
It's not gonna. Yeah.
Think
You're
I'm a-
like
Rockefeller would have
15
somebody
minutes
drive.
from it.
You think I'm the rock? Am I the Rockefellers? I'm just gonna have my driver. Driver, take me to Wingstop.
What do I look like, Barry Newman over here in a road movie? I'm going to drive all the way to Sangamon Avenue.
Bubba,
What am I, Burt Reynolds in the Cannonball Run?
Speaking
Bubba-
of that,
What am I,
they just
Clint
did
Eastwood?
that.
Bubba suggests there's one on Sangamon. Please, driver, take me to Wingstop. No, I'm not going to go to goddamn Wingstop.
They have Buffalo Wild Wings and Applebee's, and there's probably a Ruby Tuesday somewhere. but
I
it hasn't
used to
closed.
live
I
close.
miss Ruby Tuesday.
Well, I live on
They closed
Monroe.
so many of those Ruby Tuesdays around everywhere, and I always wanted to catch one of the construction crews like taking down the name. So it'd be like, well, we don't know who put a name on Ruby Tuesday, but here's who's taking it down. Rolling Stones joke.
Yeah.
I just want to be somewhere close where I could get some wings. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah. Well, he needs that sixth place. What's the sixth place?
Well,
That's going to be the charm.
I-
Because, Wing Street's not going to work. Two different
Too
Buffalo
far.
Wild Wings. No.
They're both too far.
Applebee's won't
Nah,
work.
I want somewhere close to me.
he wants them delivered to his house, pre-chewed.
Well, and by the way, why don't
Can you put them in a straw so I can just
I'll tell you in Springfield,
not have to chew them?
Drink them.
why don't wings or Chinese places deliver?
Some Chinese places do deliver.
I thought
In
all
in
Chinese
big cities, all the Chinese places they deliver. In Springfield, they don't deliver.
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
do
I'm
that
sure.
road.
Yeah. I live here. There's not a one that delivers. Yeah, there should be. You could make some money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Chinese food, of course, but I always think it's fun to see in movies where everybody has all the Chinese food laid out, and
Yeah.
everybody's like eating different stuff, and it looks like a big party. Why wouldn't they deliver that?
By the way,
It seems like that would be like pizza. Like that's what you deliver is Chinese.
my
food.
favorite all-time television show, all time, is West Wing. And they would have those meetings in the White House where they're eating Chinese. And there's all the boxes of the Chinese food all over the
Yeah.
table. And they're planning the presidential meeting or something. It crushed my spirit when I read. Oh, I know what it was. I was interviewing Cal Penn, okay, who was on who worked in the Obama White House. And I was interviewing him. I said, "Hey, did you ever have one of those meetings like on West Wing when you guys are all sitting around eating the Chinese trying to plan it?" And he told me, this is a true story. He goes, "I'm going to give you some bad news." And I go, "What?" He goes, "When you are in the White House, you cannot order Chinese food. It's not allowed because you can't order any delivery. You can't get the delivery person through security." So I was told the upsetting news that that's untrue at the West Wing. You can't order that food. And he said you also couldn't order pizza. And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you have to, there's a cafeteria in the White House. You order the pizza from them and it's gourmet pizza." And I was that was it was almost like finding out that Santa Claus is bullshit.
Next, you'll tell us the Duke boys weren't really driving the General Lee
Well,
when it flew
I
over
mean,
the-
I believe
trucks.
that I believe they could have meetings in the White House and at least eat Chinese food or pizza. It shocked me to find out that you couldn't.
or at least hamburgers.
In fact, Cal Pento, he said, he goes, "To be honest, most people that work in the White House, they just bring a sandwich from home. They brown bag it." And I was just like disgusted upon hearing this.
I would think they would have something in the White House.
Yeah,
wouldn't
he said they have a cafeteria and a little restaurant in the White House where you could order stuff from, but it's expensive.
Shit, that's what I would do. Are you kidding? White House food?
And it
A
also,
White House cook serving that up? And you're gonna get like something from China King?
it's just, I'm telling you. Yeah, Pete says he danced with a West Wing actress. I know who it was, Pete. It was that a girl from the Carolinas. I can't remember her name. I remember that Pete was friends with this girl. She played the lawyer, and I can't remember her name. She was a cute blonde who eventually went on to be on CSI. And I can't think of her name, but I do know that Pete was friends with that actress. And I can't. She was very cute. Her name was, I don't say it's Emily or something like that. I can't remember the girl's name, but she was blonde and she played the lawyer in like season 2 or 3.
Oh, so she was only like in one season?
Well, yeah, eventually she was replaced, but I can't remember. It's my favorite. I'm telling you, it's my favorite. I love the West Wing. Love it. And I see that there's a bunch of people in our chat room that are answering, that are saying there is a place in Springfield that delivers Chinese.
Well, of course there is. There's probably several.
Is it China One?
I have no idea what the hell it is. I see what Bubba's writing. I'm just saying they don't deliver to me.
They're not down the street
Oh,
from Ray. He
Socket
wants
says
something
no
at the end
contact
of
delivery.
the streets.
Bubba also says Wings, etc. Yeah, it was Emily Proctor was the girl's name. Yeah, and she played Ainsley Hayes. Yeah, Pete, I knew you were friends with her.
Oh, Emily Proctor, that's a real actress.
Yeah, that's Pete. that's Pete's friend.
I thought it was going to be like some,
No,
like somebody that didn't have any lines or something. Or
no, she was one of the stars of the show.
yeah,
Bubba
She's
says
leaving Las Vegas.
Wings, etc. delivers, but I don't. They don't deliver here.
How do you know? Call them and ask them.
It seems like a lot of.
He is wanting down the street. If it's not,
He
down
wants
the street,
somebody it to magically appear on his plate
No,
in front
no.
of him.
No, that's not. I want to call the place and say, yes, I'd like to order blah, blah, blah. Here's my credit card, and then have it show up like a pizza. In Springfield, we don't have any problems getting pizza or fucking Jimmy John's delivered. I wouldn't eat Jimmy John's if it's the last sandwich on earth, by the way. But you can get that shit
a
delivered.
little overrated, It's
Yeah.
like,
I think
they're
Jimmy
fast though.
I think Jimmy John's is shit. I really do. But I'd like to have the same with chicken wings. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about chicken wings. I want some good wings delivered to the house. That's all I'm saying.
Well, order Chinese and there's a good chance. Maybe the delivery person will be a Wang.
His name will be something Wang or Wang something. There's a good chance. I honestly, I will look, and I know people are saying that there are Chinese places that deliver, but I have never.
He's going to stick with that story that there aren't. So we're
No,
all gonna
I
go
have.
with the
I
narrative that
none that I know.
nobody's delivering wings.
I'll call it.
Wingstop in Jerome has no contact delivery.
Oh, that's not that
Well,
far
that's
from here.
the City of Jerome.
That's not that. I don't live that far from Jerome.
That's why I
Isn't
just told
Jerome
you.
the place that this is going back like 8 or 9 years. But wasn't that the place that somebody just picked out on a map and came up with this fake news story that went all over Facebook that it was when Obama was president.
Oh, Jerome,
Bunch
yeah.
of school kids
Sharia law was going to
Yes.
be taught in this Jerome,
by
Illinois.
in
the
the
way,
schools.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that a Russian bot who started that?
Yes, well, of course.
Yeah, they
Because they didn't know what Jerome, Illinois was, and they thought it was a town that had a school, and they
Yeah.
didn't realize it was a street, basically.
they looked at a map and they just threw a dart and they
They
said
picked the wrong town.
Jerome, Illinois is the town, and they made up a story, an anti-Obama story. This is during the
He was going to make them start teaching Sharia law. or
Yes.
something.
And they
No,
said
that
they're Muslim and all that.
that the school was
So,
teaching Sharia law. And it was during the 2016 presidential election when they did it.
Yeah, it was right.
It was
before
right around
that. And
15,
it's
16.
like people were saying, I live here. That's not. Oh, bullshit. I know the truth. They're teaching Sharia law.
Yeah.
I saw it in the school. It's like I saw a video.
And the
Not even in
messages,
school in Jerome, Illinois.
the messages were insane. Like the people saying, I'm going to go to Jerome. I'm going to that goddamn Jerome, Illinois, and I'm going to burn that whole town down. I was like,
People were assuming it was like around
I was
Chicago.
on WTAX at the time. And I remember going, and I can't remember what website it was on, and reading the messages. And
It was all over Facebook. for a
yeah, and
while.
people were saying like horrible stuff about Jerome, Illinois. Those sons of bitches. Who the hell do they think they
you
are?
think after people figure out that a lot of this stuff is just clickbait to get them pissed
It
off,
was-
you think they'd stop? No, everything is just
It
bring
was
in more
just
bullshit. Give it to me. Give it to me.
bullshit that was created, and it was like a Russian bot that they created it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and but
Or
people
some-
fall for it.
whatever farming.
We
know,
could
they have those
we
farms
could
and
start a
stuff like
story
that.
today. We literally can make up a story today. We could put out a
Well, I mean,
story.
this is an organization doing this though, so they're called farms, and it's like
Yeah,
you
but
gotta have a.
I'm saying we
to
we
make
could
it
put out
viral.
one today, and people would be. We could put out a story of. We can make up a Raymond Lytle grade school in Springfield, Illinois, has decided that they will not display a portrait of President Donald Trump. They will just skip him to where it will go from Bush to Obama to Biden, or to Biden to Biden. And
Biden.
Is he going to run again in 2024? Is that what's going to happen?
even though they have pictures of every president, they will not display a Donald Trump presidential picture. And we can put it out there, and there will be some sucker that will believe it.
Oh, you got to make it more outrageous than that, though. How about they've got all the presidents, and they've already put up Biden because they're so liberal.
Yes, there
They're
you
awful
go.
People.
Yes,
the worst people. They've already put up Biden.
that's
and
even
they've
better.
They didn't skip Trump. Instead of a picture of Trump, it's just a big picture of pig shit. Raymond Lytle Elementary School. Are we going to stand by and let this happen in the town of Jerome? And this isn't one school in Jerome. This is the whole Jerome school district. Not just Raymond Lytle Elementary. You got
a picture of
Rocky High School. You got Nikki Junior High. All of them.
but people would believe it if you put it up. People would believe it. This is the kind of shit that these
Shit that
Russian
early
bot
started.
farms do. Somebody would
Yeah.
believe. They
You gotta
would
stop falling
believe.
for shit at one point, but I don't think that's going to happen.
They would believe that you're replacing a picture of the president with a picture of pig.
Big shit, and then they've already put up Biden because they're so
confident that
liberally-
Biden's gonna win.
Yes.
They've already put the picture up. People would go batshit
They're trying to mind
crazy,
control the students.
and there would be so many of the comments would be just a blast. to
Seriously,
read.
all you need to do is buy a
Oh my
website, or,
God.
you know, a web
Yeah.
name, and just come up with a website that's
Just buy a server.
link to.
Yeah,
I mean, some stories don't even have to have stories. You just need to have a headline.
Yeah.
Nobody clicks on the article. Just have a headline. It doesn't even have to link
have
to
a
anything.
headline, a picture, and an article. And the article doesn't have to be a full article. It just has to be a paragraph. That's all people were reading.
What would the picture of Raymond Lytle Elementary putting up dog shit and Biden look like? Would it be like a woman liberal, like with a
Yes.
like it would look on her face like that, smug?
Yeah.
I used to like to show Obama. Obama lifted his head like one time, and every picture you'd see, he was
Yeah. And in that tan suit.
yes, asking for Dijon mustard.
Oh, that's exactly what it would be. And
But I never, because that never happens like in a town that you actually know. It's like, wait a minute, is there two Jerome, Illinois?
that's what I remember when it was Jerome, Illinois,
yeah.
and we knew what the town was, and it's like, that's bullshit. They don't even have a grade school. There's not even a Jerome, Illinois school district. And I remember when that came out, how people all over the country were enraged.
Yes.
And they were like,
Don't filter anything. Don't think about. Just let it in. Let all the bullshit.
and it was like, this is Obama's America. I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God. And it was completely made up by a Russian bot farm.
100%. I mean, there's not even a
No.
root of truth.
Not
anywhere.
a shred, not even a shred of it was
Not even
real.
Starting something and exaggerating, just no truth.
And people were so angry. Oh, it's just great.
The saddest thing is, though, did they learn? No,
No.
they did not learn anything.
And they're still
On
putting
to the
stuff
next
out there.
Bullshit story. I can get outraged. by.
They're still putting stuff out there. And you watch, people still get angry about it. I do. I so want to create a fake news site. And an elementary school is replacing a picture of President Trump with a picture of pig shit. And you're already hanging up a picture of President
Biden.
Biden.
And for some reason, we've got Michelle Obama involved. There's a picture of her. What?
I'm already sensing the comments. This is bullshit. Oh my God. Unbelievable. All right, we should probably wrap it up. It is 10:06. Once again, we
Just
ran.
leave it on the pig shit.
We ran late again.
Can't top that.
I just find that so because as outrageous as it
You're
is,
gonna laugh at now, but
it's
8 or 9
real.
years ago, whenever that was going on, it was like, oh my God, what is the world coming?
I'm telling you,
What's wrong with people?
the
2
story
minutes
in
of
Jerome,
research.
the story in Jerome, Illinois took place in 2015. Because
I did it.
I was on the air at WTAX when it happened.
Yeah, a minute
Yeah.
of research would
Mhm.
tell anybody that that's a completely fake. No research, no checking. Just,
This is
I'm
what I
there.
remember though. I remember
let me share this. Let me,
I remember that there was a story that I was working at WTAX and Alex Degman was also and Alex put the story up. And no, I think Alex had left to go to KMOX already at this point. So he had left to go to KMOX and he put the story up on Facebook page, but he had put it to where it was on something local, where it was on a Facebook group that was filled with people from Springfield. And there were people from Springfield who read the story and were going, this is bullshit. I can't believe they're doing this in Jerome. And it's like, oh my God, you freaking moron. You live next to the town where they're claiming this is happening. How do you not know this is bullshit?
I just assumed people in Springfield were like, yeah, that's not true, but I guess not.
No, like there were people in Springfield who believed it. And they're like, that fucking Obama, blah, blah, blah. It was crazy. I'm telling you, it was nuts. It was just, but that was in 2015. All right,
It's
we'll
kind
wrap.
of like the start of that, and then you have the all the bullshit stories that came later that outraged everybody, like the Christmas song that got banned or whatever. Nobody did that. It's just like, come on.
This is how they do it. They don't hack into voting machines and change those numbers. No, they just get people beforehand so fired up. That's what they do.
That's why Facebook's changing.
Yeah.
It's more of that.
Yeah.
They want more.
Because they want more, because it means more clicks.
More clicks, more shares,
And
more
more
revenue.
money.
That group stuff is going to be spotlight with that new Facebook layout, and your friends and your mom and everybody else are going to be kind of pushed off to the side.
As long as we're one of the things that people can see, that's all I care about.
Well, we're a group, so
And
we're a page.
And
We're
I
a-
thank
we're
you
a page.
all for listening and invite you to come back tomorrow. We'll start at 8:00 in the morning tomorrow. That's it for today's Ray Lytle Morning Disaster. So long, everybody.
You better wake up, sleepyhead, get your fat butt out of bed. There's a man who got up at 4 a.m. just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. He's loaded rolling laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. Sean Boleyn Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. That's going to wrap it up today. The audio replay will start literally in seconds. The Facebook replay will start soon after on Facebook. Thank you so much for listening or watching today's show. That's going to wrap it up. You guys have a great rest of your hump day. So long, everybody.
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV, but nothing seems to keep